Hello. Thought I'd go live for the hell of it um, and do a video. I still own a lot of comics from my childhood. I thought I'd do a video and show you some of the books that were brought off the rack when I was a kid and give you a bit of an insight on why I still own these books and why I got into them. So I just thought I'd go live and just keep doing comic book videos or live streams. So I've got some books I pulled out of my collection that I have fond memories of buying these books back in the 80s. We're going back as early as we got a thumbs up. Hey, Miss Hustle, how are you? And I thought I'd show you some of the books that were brought back when I was a little me. And and I still own these books. And some of them are beat up and some aren't. And I've got a couple of books that are not the original books. Hey, Tat, how are you? What's happening? So let's get this started. So where are we? So I'll show you the British comics that got me into comics. These were all bought when they came out. So I must have started reading comics about 1981. So I would have been about 6 or 7. My nana used to buy me and my brother comics because I happen to have this. Yeah, man. Why? Yeah, absolutely. Everybody that comes into my chat gets one of those. That's how I roll. So we've got Battle. See how poor this book is. 1981. I bought this from, well, my nana brought this from Beard's Bookshop back in the day. I was probably with her when she bought it. I've had this forever. So that is as old as it gets. So hello, Mark 4. How are you? Oh, I'm supposed to do that. I'm going to give you one of these. So there you go, Mark. So we've got Miss Hustle, Tats Comics, and Mark 4 Comics. So there was a comic that was bought back in the day off the rack at Beard's Bookshop in Temuka. That's the wee town I live in, and I still live here. And we've got Eagle Comics, and these are from the 1984. And I know that I bought these as a kid because it's got my name up the top of it from 1984. So I was 9. I would have been 9 when I bought this book. I actually remember buying this book. As you can see, I've written my name. Young me has written my name on these books. How is everybody today? As you can see, they're not in the best of state, these books. So that's kind of cool. So these are just old books that I've still own from my childhood when I was a kid. So I just thought I'd share these with you guys. So these are so here we go. Here's I quite clearly remember buying this one. I've had this forever, like February 1982. So yeah, this book is one of the most I don't know, prized possessions of my collection, this book here. I've always had it. It will never leave my collection. And I do remember me and my brother going down to my chat just disappeared. Can anybody see? There we go. yeah, so my chat disappeared for a second. It's back now. Yeah, so this, I remember me and my brother going down, and I bought this book with my pocket money. Oh, I've got a visitor. Oh, sorry, no, he's gone. So this is February 1982. Sorry about that. So yeah, I remember me and my brother going down to the local bookshop, Beard's Bookshop, and I picked up this book, and I still have that copy. Sorry, I just had a visitor knock on my. Well, he was about to knock on my door, and he's gone. Oh, I'll go over and see him later. So we've got this one. I remember quite clearly buying this and being excited. Yeah, mowing lawns to get my pocket money to buy these things. So that's kind of cool. I was 7 and I used to mow my parents' lawns and my grandmother's lawns for pocket money to buy these books. So we've got 1983. Yeah, you can join the party if you want, OMG. It's good to see you. There you go. You are now part of that group. Hope you enjoy it. We got one from 1983. We've got this. As you can see, it's a bit beat up. But like I said, like the rest of these books, I've had these. Hey, Chris. Yeah. Yeah, a great childhood from my great memories from my childhood. My chat seems to keep disappearing. I'm not sure why. Here's a book I remember buying, saving up my pocket money to purchase this book. Welcome to the Blue Wrench group, Chris. So there's another book. I remember getting the guy at Beard's Bookshop to put this behind the counter for me, and I'd pay him off over a couple of weeks to get this book. I was super excited about that book. Here's another book. I've had this forever. Pretty happy that I've still got it. It's funny you say that, Tat, about trilogy. I owe him an Iron Man sketch from a long time ago, and I have never got around to it. So I struggle a lot when it comes to drawing. I don't know what the thing is. I just can't be bothered sometimes drawing. Thanks, Rob. How are you? But when I do get focused and draw, it's great fun. So, yeah, so we've got Dice Man number 1. This is a 2080 comic, and as you can see, I have my name written, Young Me. I even have my phone number from when I was a kid written there. So it's quite funny. Yeah, I need to draw more often, basically. So Dice Man's a cool comic. So that's another book. I remember saving up my holiday money for this thing, seeing this at the bookshop. And it's the Judge Dredd collection. And yeah, you see, I always seem to write my name on these books and my phone number. I don't know why my phone number, but so yeah, this is kind of cool. This is cool. So then later on, so we got into the annuals. I remember 1986, another book that I saved up my pocket lawn mowing money to buy, and got this put down as a lay-by at the bookshop. And back then, I don't know what it was it $19 to purchase this book? $19 was a lot of money back then. So, yeah, I was pretty excited to get that book. this book I've had forever. I don't know where I got this, but I love it. It's one of the oldest comics I've got from back in the day. So I like that one. But this one here, Mum and Dad got this for me for Christmas back in 1983, and I've always had this book. A very important book to me. I love it. It's a great book. And then later on comes the American stuff. So this is the very first ever X-Men book that started the whole obsession with the X-Men. So we've got number 219. As you can see, it's pretty beat up. This thing went everywhere with me as a kid. It's a pretty cool book. Not the biggest story or issue, but this is the issue that got me into the X-Men. Same with this book. I think this is the book where I started putting this on my pull list. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we've got a lot of these books were bought at Beard's Bookshop. So we've got the first Parents Jubilee. So a lot of my books aren't in the best condition. My chat has disappeared. I'm not sure why. There it is. It's back again. Okay. It's no good. So we've got Uncanny X-Men 251. As you can see, there's a lot of spine ticks, but yeah, another book that was picked up in my childhood. Well, all of these books are actually, these have been well read, these books. So, was 136, was it? Cool. Well read. So we're talking about the late 80s here, I think. With the late 80s, I think 89, I think. So, as you can see, here you go. Hello, Funkoff. We'll just do this. So we've got this book. First Gambit appearance. So another book that was picked up off the rack. So it's a pretty cool book. To say that I bought back in the day. I didn't have to pay big money for it either. I've always had it. So I quite like that idea. So I'll just quickly go through these. So we've got these are, see, as you can see, that's what they cost over here back then. What was it, $2.95 a comic? So yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so my chat seems to be disappearing. I can see you for a bit and then it disappears, so I'm not sure what's going on here. So, as you can see, all this Jim Lee stuff. So, hello, Larry. How are you? Then my chat disappeared then again. So, not sure what's going on. So, and then this is the second X-Men book that I bought. I remember buying this in Timaru at a bookshop called Bookworms, I think it was. And there it is. Congrats on the win, on your wins. Okay. My wins? What? Sorry. Oh, was it Tat? Okay. Oh, true. So yeah, but then before I go, I'm going to go soon because So we've got Incredible Hulk 266. This is an upgrade, but this is one of the first American Marvel comics that I bought. I bought this a couple of years ago off an auction online over here for a couple of dollars. So it's this. I remember having this book back as a kid. So that was pretty cool to get that book back. Here's an upgrade on a book that I had as a kid. I love that cover of Charlie Bourne, Charlie's War, one of my favourite stories by Pat Mills and Joe Corlaglan, I think his name is. So that's a pretty cool story. Scream #1. This isn't great. Well, this is I had to rebuy this book. I saw this in Auckland for $1 about 5 years ago, so I had to have this. It was a great horror comic back in the 80s. And this book, this is another upgrade. I had to rebuy this, but this is one of the first Judge Dredd comics that I bought as a kid. So, yeah. I was pretty excited about this book. So, to get it again is pretty cool. I need it for my run anyhow. I did. So, I paid about 50 cents. The same place as I got that Scream book. So yeah, that'll do me, guys. Yeah, man, Judge Dredd is dope. So, yeah. That'll do me, guys. I'll catch you all later. Thank you for joining me. Like this video, share it. Yeah, do whatever you want. Thank you. We'll catch you all later. Right.